Hey guys, welcome to the shop. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of routine maintenance on this 1987 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme 442. I'm going to walk you through a quick oil change, chassis and body lube. Then we're going to set the ignition timing and the idle speed. Before we get started, if you like what you see, make sure you like the video. If you're interested in these types of cars or any General Motors cars from the 1980s or early 90s, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I got a few videos lined up. We're going to delve real deep into these Rochester electronic Quadrajet carburetors in the next few videos, so make sure you don't miss them. Perfect. Too fast. I think I may have an oil leak. What do you think? Put the oil drain plug back in. Oh, I should have took this tire off. Probably should be wearing gloves, but I forgot to put some on. Pre-filled PF61E oil filter and a little for the gasket. This is why you wear gloves. And to finish it off, 5 quarts of 5W30. Using high mileage because this car's over 30 years old. Now for some greasing. First we'll remove the wheels. There you go. Repeat on the other side. Clean the nipples. Pump in some grease. Usually 3 squirts ought to do it. Now we'll repeat on the other side. Still too much? Now we'll put the tires back on. Let's bring things back down to ground level. Now we'll lubricate the hood hinges with a little 3-in-1 oil. The hood latch release with a little oil on my finger. the mechanism, and some white lithium grease for the striker. Next, we'll grease the door pins and all the pivot points. Did I say grease? I meant oil. Some grease for the striker. So over here, which you can't see. And a little bit for the inside, where the top pin slides. Repeat on the other side. Trunk pins are a little hard to get to, so we're going to cheat with some WD-40. And some white lithium for the striker. All right, let's pull the car into the shop. Set the timing. Okay, guys, now that the boring stuff's over and the messy stuff, let's move on to setting the timing and the idle speed. If you're new to this game, I'm going to strongly recommend you pick up a distributor wrench. You could still find these on eBay. They're relatively cheap. Yes, you could cobble together a socket and a bunch of crazy extensions to adjust, loosen the bolt that allows you to spin the distributor, but this will save you a lot of time and a lot of aggravation. Also, you're going to need a timing light and some kind of tachometer. Today we're going to be using 40-year-old Sears Craftsman equipment. Also, pick yourself up a chassis service manual. These are absolutely invaluable if you plan on working on restoring and maintaining one of these cars. You can find all this stuff on eBay. It's worth the price. First, we'll remove the air cleaner. Disconnect the hose to the Thermac. Cap it off. Move the air hose. The intake hose and the heat riser. Okay, real quick, guys. Now that we got the air cleaner off, we're going to take a T15 Torx bit, and I like to pre-set it up into the idle adjustment screw of the carburetor, which is located right here. It's kind of hard to see on the car, but this is the front of the carburetor. This is where the idle adjustment screw is. It's a T15 Torx bit. Now that we got that all set up, at this point in the video, most of you will attach your tachometer according to the manufacturer's instructions. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my OBD1 scan tool. Now, the scan tool will not only show me the engine's RPMs, but it will also ground the C3 diagnostic lead, which we have to do before we can set the timing so we can take all the advance out of it. Now, if you don't have a scan tool, after you start the car, you'll take a paper clip and place it in the top two holes on the right-hand side of your diagnostic connector below the radio. First, we're going to increase the idle to 1200 RPMs as they call for in the factory service manual. Next, we'll loosen the distributor clamp bolt until the distributor will move with just a little bit of pressure. Now, aiming the timing light at the timing tab, we'll rotate the distributor until the timing mark lines up with 20 degrees before top dead center on the tab. Once we get it right, we'll tighten the distributor clamp bolt. Once the timing is set, we'll set the idle speed. We'll start by disconnecting the line from the charcoal canister to the carburetor and capping it off. Then we'll disconnect the EGR valve and cap the line off as well. Now we'll bring the idle speed back down to about 650 RPM in drive or 700 in park. Now we're finished. Remove the cap from the line going from the charcoal canister to the carburetor and replace it. Then remove the cap from the EGR valve vacuum hose and replace that as well. Next, we'll replace the air cleaner, making sure to reconnect the hose that comes from the air pump, the Thermac vacuum hose, the breather, and the heat pipe. Finally, we'll put in a new air filter and replace the lid. Alright, thanks a lot guys for joining me. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of these great cars from the 80s and 90s being maintained. Thank you for joining us here at RPO Garage. I'll see you next time at the shop.